Peace and blessings, everyone. How are you doing? I hope all is well. I want to come on here and I want to talk about real quick something that I just found out. I was like, wow, food for thought. It's great to learn something every day. It's a blessing. Each time we learn something, it's a gift, even through experience or even through knowledge of other people or knowledge of what we come across. It's a gift. It is a gift. That's why I said it's always something to take from every experience. And oh, happy Friday, by the way, you all. But it's a gift. It is a gift. It's always to take something from it, despite of the outcome. It's always something good to take from each and every experience or whatever we learn. You know, but what I learned here was that, I want to come on and talk about was that it's going to be a short video. What I learned here was that, like, there's ways to predict your sun sign. Um, Jeffrey Green, if you look him up, and I'm gonna reference because I'm the type I always reference. Where I get my information from and stuff like that, and I'm gonna reference because one thing about me, I even learned this back in college in terms about referencing. When I was majoring in journalism and communications, at the time, one thing about it, when you reference, it's gonna save you. And it's gonna be your saving grace when you reference. Because if don't, because you got to have ways to back your stuff up. You got to give credit where it's due, and you got to reference it. Not only that, but even if you don't reference stuff, it can even get you in trouble too. It can be consequential in various ways. You could be taken to court for it in terms of copyrights, all of that. So that's why it's important to always give credit where it's due. Um, it don't even stop there. Even the universe, God, or whoever you believe in, the divine forces or the divine energies have ways of shedding out who's who, truly who's who, what is what. It has ways of turning things upside down. So, um, that's why it's important to always reference and give credit where it's due. Just like how you all see on my channel, I give credit where it's due. I don't just act like I came up with that. I always give credit where it's due. You know. Uh, but um what I want to come on here talk about is I want to talk about what I learned was that there are ways in the next life there are ways where you can predict your birth chart. Let me get for the next life. Let me give an example. Like me, I'm an Aries rising. I'm a Sagittarius sun. My sun is Sagittarius in the eighth house, but I'm an Aries rising. So that means that in the next life, I'm gonna end up being Aries sun sign. By my rising sign, I'm gonna end up in my sun sign, and my moon sign that is in Leo is gonna be in the opposite sign. It's gonna end up being in Aquarius. It's like I'm gonna be in the next life. I would be a Aries. I would be an Aries sun sign, and I would be an Aquarius moon. My moon will be in Aquarius. So, because see, basically what happened is that the reason why is that because see, in this lifetime, you would be in a fulfill, or that would have been a contract that would have been fulfilled, or whatever karmic situations or what you was on here for, that incarnation, that for that particular reason, it would have been filled. It would have been filled. Now, don't get me wrong. Even when people have free will and they would set up that tend to reject the lessons, that doesn't mean that they're not gonna continue to go on. Then that they're not gonna continue to go through the same shit and have to learn over and over, because they're gonna do that. That's gonna happen. It's gonna reincarnate to the next lifetime, and there's gonna be some future placements in your chart or whatever that's gonna pretty much matches that. Because in the next life, You're not going to be in the same body that you're in. You're not going to be in the same body. You may be in a different body or whatever the case is in the next life. But this is but that's the purpose of but that's like the purpose of incarnation, you know. They're like the purpose of incarnations. Cause see, if you think about it, it's just like with past life readings. You were not the zodiac sign that you were in the past life reading, or really didn't have the placements that you have now in the past life readings. Like for example, I know my mom and I we have a close bond, and come to find out in the reason why in the past life, in the past life. But see, that's that moon in Leo, my fourth house. I had a sun moon trine. I was pretty spoiled as I was coming up, and still is. But I still get spoiled, not about her, but by other people. Um, but you know, and I was even spoiled in my relationships, so that I had. So it's just there, you know. Um, But on the other hand, I found out back to the past life. I found out in the past life reading that because the reason why my mother and I we have a close bond is because I found out in the past life that she was my spouse in the past life. Before incarnating into this life, she was my spouse in the past life. Just like my father, I found out in the past life that he was my brother in the past life. I said that tells the reason why they even kind of matches with that Saturn square Pluto in my placement in my chart. And that Sun square Saturn placement. Cause that can represent about, issues with the father, of fathers in and out, or fathers, in and out of your life, or whatever the case is, or wasn't there, father figures. That's what that is. That definitely makes sense. And I said, hell, no wonder, you know. But but yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Um, so by incarnating into this lifetime, my father that was in the past life was my brother, ended up being my father in this life, and my mother that were my spouse in the past life is my mother in this lifetime. I'm the son in this lifetime. Um, the offspring, the son in this lifetime. That's not only that, but it's like I was created as a child in this lifetime, incarnated as a child of them. That's not the only thing, but it's just like my business partner. I had an old business partner. Excuse me. I had an old business partner, and I come to find out my old business partner was my romantic partner in the past life. And I said, well, it makes sense, um, the way how I felt, how things played out in our business partnership, where I was kind of picking up, and it was so mutual. It was so mutual. Like it was so mutual. Like it was pretty deep. I could tell it was karmic. It had a karmic undertone to it. And I said that's why it showed up in the way it showed up during this lifetime. So them past life readings, they're pretty telling. Them past life readings, when I say they're very telling. Those past life readings are very, very, very telling. They're very telling. Oh yeah, they're very telling. But this what I want to come on here and talk about. Until next time, peace and blessings.